Well, I think that was our best hype video to date.
Definitely.
Because we did it. Week 10, the final kickoff of the regular season. After tonight, all eyes go to the playoffs. Welcome into Football Friday. I'm Bethany Miller.
And I'm Jacob Hall. Section titles up for grabs tonight and unbeatens tested on the gridiron. Week 10 had it all.
Well, in just a few minutes, we head to the York Adams League as the Colonials look to stay unbeaten.
But first, the game we've circled on our calendar all season, a Section 1 title clash. Manheim Township looking to secure their second consecutive section title. Wilson looking for their first since 2021.
We picked things up. I got it. You got it. I got it. We picked things up after halftime. Blue Streaks trailing 22-7. We're just so excited for this game. Township trying to claw back. Carson Weiser, he looks to pass, picks up a key first down there for the Blue Streak. It sets up this. A 1-yard touchdown run by Taylor Vayu. Township first to strike in the second half, but they still trail by 9. Bulldogs look to answer. Maddox Gruber. Short pass tipped right into the hands of Thomas Kapitsi. Huge defensive play there by Township. And Blue Streak's offense, Jacob, watch this play. Trick play. Weiser to Darius Dixon. Look at that throw.
Beautiful throw.
Right into the hands of Blake Alamo. The huge catch right there puts Manheim Township in position there, but the field goal is what they have to settle with. And Wilson, this would be the dagger here, not phased. Gruber hits the air. Brady Klein wins that battle on the other end, heads to the end zone, and that would be the dagger. Bulldogs take the Section 1 crown, deliver the Blue Streaks their first loss of the season. The final tonight, 34-16.
Undefeated Conestoga Valley hosting Muhlenberg now. The Buckskins can clinch the Section 2 title with a win. Second quarter after a turnover, Sawyer Espenshade throws it deep to Jaden Johnson for a touchdown. That made it 17-0. Buckskins. Conestoga Valley on offense again later, staying hot. Espenshade hits Cordell Bear this time. He runs it in for the touchdown. Conestoga Valley wins 52-22, their first undefeated season since 1985.
Absolutely unreal. They have been all season. Another LL Section 2 matchup tonight. Governor Mifflin and Ephrata at War Memorial Field. Third quarter, Ephrata quarterback Caleb Grant calls his own number, runs it in for the touchdown. PAT is good. They take a 27-7 lead. A few minutes later, well, Governor Mifflin's going to cut into that deficit as Javian Pletz keeps it himself to make it a 27-14 game. But the Mounts win 35-21. They finish the season 6-4.
Big win tonight for Ephrata. Now in Section 3, Garden Spot traveled to Quarryville to face Solanco. First quarter of this one, Solanco with the ball on offense. Johnny Garcia runs it in for the touchdown. The PAT was good, 7-0. Remember that name. Second quarter, it's Garcia again. He runs it in for his second touchdown of the night. A tough physical run. Solanco holds on late to win 35-27.
Well, our final Lancaster-Lebanon League game of the night. Manheim Central hosting Warwick. Both teams hoping to finish their season strong. Look at that. Student Section 2. Quick 3-and-out by the Barons offense as quarterback Ray Lewis sacked in the backfield by Warwick's Asher Willard. I love this too. Just tells the student section to quiet down. There's pros and cons of having him there in the end zone. When Manheim gets the last laugh, Jevin Carbonneau sacks Willard in the backfield. That one had to feel good. This game was all defense in the first half. Next possession, Barons are moving the ball inside the 50, but Lewis, he would hit the air for the first time on that drive and is intercepted by Reese Harper. Both teams can't get much going offensively. Warriors go 3-and-out. It's scoreless at halftime. And Warwick would go on to win this one, the final 6-3. We'll have a defensive battle. Well, that is a wrap on the LL League. Now to our next conference, the York Adams League.
Just one unbeaten team left in the conference, but we'll get to New Oxford in just a second. First up, though, Central York searching for its 38th consecutive York Adams League Division I victory. Panthers start fast. Brooklyn Nace throws a perfect deep ball to Brendan Smith, who catches it in stride and runs it into the end zone. A 62-yard play, 7-0 Panthers. Coaches loving it on the sideline. Central with the ball now in the red zone again. Legend Johnson bounces outside and runs it in for his first touchdown of the night. Central York wins big, 41-0.
You got to end on the legend touchdown. Unreal. Well, it was homecoming night at Eastern York as the one-loss Golden Knights faced undefeated New Oxford. The Colonials up 10-3 in the third when Luke Fry connects with Braden Billman. He's going to break a couple tackles here for taking it all the way down to the Eastern York 28-yard line. Carter Huck would sneak it in just a few plays later. Look at that. Gives the Colonials a 17-3 lead. Eastern York trying to make something happen on offense, but Quinn Bramble's pass intercepted by Ryan Vargas. He's got wide open room. Can he make it?
Get some good blocks, though.
Get some good blocks. Runs down the sideline. He would be brought down inside the 5-yard line. Clayton Nieves would score on the very next play. Give it to the big man in the backfield. New Oxford clinches the York Adams Division II title, a 31-3 win. Well, don't go anywhere, because after the break, a visit to the Mid-Penn Conference and a battle of the unbeatens.
Plus, a trip to Lampeter Strasburg before kickoff tomorrow as Caleb House joins an elite rank of Lancaster Lebanon League quarterbacks. Football. I mean, they're going crazy. Got to love it there. A big thank you to the Shippensburg cheerleaders for welcoming us back to Football Friday. The Greyhounds and Wildcats both entering Week 10 unbeaten on the season. We'll have that game in just a minute.
But first, let's go to Cumberland Valley and Cedar Cliff, both trying to keep their playoff hopes alive in the final week of the regular season. Let's go to the third quarter. Cumberland Valley's Colton Stammy throws a dime to Brody Pines.
Perfect.
Holy
great throw.
Guacamole! 17-yard touchdown. Cumberland Valley leads 31-0. Great shot by the photographer, too. Plug-in later in the third. Cumberland Valley up 31-7. Cedar Cliff's Bennett Sechrist finds Blake Sechrist. Gotta love the connection there. 30-yard touchdown. But Cumberland Valley wins this game, 38-14.
Big win for the Eagles. The Mid-Penn Keystone Division title came down to this, the battle of undefeated teams, Mechanicsburg and Shippensburg. Mechanicsburg up big in the first half, trying to add to it with a trick play there. Actually, that is Dom Baker. He breaks out of the pile there at the line of scrimmage and runs into the end zone. That gave them a big lead there in the second half. Now that's where we keep things as well. A jet sweep here to Josh Smith. and he outruns the entire defense there. A big-time touchdown for the Wildcats. Mechanicsburg is the Keystone Division champs. The Wildcats post an undefeated record with a 42-21 win.
And we're going to enjoy tonight. That's what it's all about. We're going to enjoy tonight, and hey, we're going to get back to work on Monday and prepare for our next game. It's next guy up, so we're excited. We came out tonight and played hard, and they did too, and things just went our way tonight. So proud of our guys.
Pennsboro hosting Big Spring in the first quarter. This is Big Spring's ball. Grant Hill finds a crease, breaks free for the big 21-yard gain into East Pennsboro territory. Same drive, Hill would score on this 8-yard touchdown run. The PAT is good. Big Spring 7-0 lead. East Pennsboro will get a response. It's J.J. Gossard barreling his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Their Panthers win a tight one, too. 24-21 is the final. They improved to 7-3 on the season.
And our final game of the night, Milton Hershey and Susquehanna Township. The Spartans need a win to secure a district playoff spot. First quarter, Indians quarterback Torrin Evans on the read. He keeps it, and he's coming right out the camera. That's a 7-0 lead there for Susquehanna Township. The Spartans, though, answer back in the second. Gotta love that, looking straight at the camera. 4th and 1, Logan Jerry, he's in there. It's 7-7 at the break in the third quarter. Indians come out hot. Rakee Seville on a scoot in for 6 for the lead. Susquehanna Township wins 35-21.
Such great games all over the place. Well, the winner of Section 4 of the Lancaster-Lebanon League will be decided tomorrow as Lampeter Strasburg travels to Wyomissing.
And I caught up with Lampeter Strasburg standout quarterback Caleb House this week to discuss the season up to this point and preview tomorrow's game. In the 50-plus year history of the Lancaster-Lebanon League, only a handful of quarterbacks have thrown for 1,000 yards and run for 1,000 yards in the same season. Lampeter Strasburg senior Caleb House is now part of that group.
Figuring out that I got that was really special for me, just the amount of work that I've put in this offseason.
House, a first-year starter at the position, has led the Pioneers to a 9-0 record, outscoring opponents 215-24.
He's a special kid. As great of a football player as he is on the field, he's an even better kid off the field.
He also contributes on the defensive side of the ball as a safety.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fun to get to play both ways, and especially with recruiting, it helps out with different possibilities just in case quarterback wouldn't work in college.
Although House and his teammates have had a lot of success up to this point in the season, they're focused on finishing strong and making a deep run in the playoffs.
And we just have to keep going every week and just taking care of business and then just moving on to the next week.
Well, I had the pleasure of watching that game last week against Twin Valley. They are the real deal, and him under center is why they are.
8 touchdowns in that game, really impressive.